Dr. Donald Morton.
Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton. Dr. Donald Morton is an award-winning social entrepreneur known for his innovative social solutions.
Based on this fatherhood and manhood issue in droves, an incredibly large number. And I felt it necessary for someone to have a voice like yourself to do the work of restoring men in our society. And I've been doing that work ever since.
His latest solution is expressed as the CEO of Remand.
So Remand, the nonprofit, is about helping brothers that are coming out of prison, brothers that are dealing with child support, brothers that are the most marginalized of our communities, helping them with their character and the institutions that impact them. And then the LLC, our for-profit arm, is really attempting to address the CEOs and CFOs and entrepreneurs and people like that say, look, I got issues too as a black man. My issues are a bit different because I'm in the C-suite. Mm-hmm. And how it plays out in the C-suite is very different than how it plays out on the block and those brothers that are coming out of re-entry. But here's a deal. All of us the same, for real, for real.
Dr. Morton is the former executive director of the Complexities of Color Coalition. As executive director of the coalition, he worked to congregate Wilmington, Delaware's African-American community in order to create comprehensive strategy to influence institutions, policies, and laws. Dr. Morton has over 25 years of experience in African-American community leadership. Remand is deeply personal. While he's glad that thousands of men are on this journey with him, it was started because he needed liberation. He was broken and bound, and he was fighting to put his life back together after divorce, infidelity, business challenges, bankruptcy, and a life destroyed by being the worst liar ever. Yes, Dr. Morton was a liar until he faced himself and proved his signature science, the character arc. Then and only then was he ready to lead men to learn and live the science of being Remand.
What's up, people? Leroy McKenzie Jr.
What's up, Doc?
What's up with
you? My bad. I'm sorry. Big Brother Almighty. I gotta get it right.
Yeah, get it right, man. Let these people know. Those of y'all that don't know where that comes from, give it here.
Yeah, right. Just hand it over.
just hand it over. Good morning to y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with us this morning. I'm Donald Morton. I'm the Chief Visionary Officer of Remand. We help Black men interrupt patterns, disrupt behaviors, break the vicious cycles of missed potential so that man, not us, he does the work himself. That man will master life, leadership, and legacy. And so alongside of me today is the greatest of them all, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. And he is my dude. He is my boy. He is the CEO of JNF Enterprises. He is also known, as you see, as the Impact Builder, making sure that every day, every year, obviously, every month, every week, every day, he leaves the world and individuals much better than they started that time. And so we're incredibly excited that you are here with us today. And we're still on a journey. I'm still on a journey. For those of you that don't know, we are in conversation about my journey in overcoming cancer. We're going to talk about that a bit today. But Leroy, how was your weekend, man? I apologize. I don't know whether you want to talk about it or not. Apologize. I could not watch Disney last night. I was otherwise engaged. Do you want to talk about that, Leroy?
No, I do not want to talk about that. I told you that's beyond the grown podcast. We do not want to talk about that.
Because I would be willing to engage.
I don't know if Marla would. She might have some words for you.
Marla. Yeah, I better keep that to myself.
Yeah, you might well. Yeah. In here, you the man. But out there, she gonna hurt you bad. Yeah, man. But just to mention it real quick, Disney, the History Channel, bro. For those who don't know, the History Channel does this every Sunday. They have it's a docu-series called it has different names. The Titans that built America, the food that built America, the toys that built America, all of these different companies that we know, Fortune 500 companies, all of them. They do a docu-series on them, the competition that they had, that they have amongst each other, but also how they built their brands, how they built these empires that they have. Yeah. And they decided, I guess, to do a specific docu-series on Disney. Yeah. It's called, and the name of it is called How Disney Built. So I don't know how long it's going to be. I know they had one last. They had a part 1 to it last week. They had part 2 to it this week. So I don't know how long it's going to go on. But I believe it's good. I believe it's several. It's probably do a whole what do you call those a season. Yeah, whole season or series where they do it on. This is just specifically Disney, and talk about how Mr. Walt Disney came about developing, the character of Mickey Mouse and the whole Disney World concept and everything, man. So if you get the opportunity, you really want to take the chance. You really want to take the opportunity to watch them. All of these docu-series, man, because they're phenomenal when it comes to entrepreneurship. It's phenomenal learning lessons to me about just about brand, business, marketing, how these folks, how they built their businesses. And real quick, they were doing the one on McDonald's, right? And I paid attention to it before, but I hadn't paid attention to it. The McDonald's brothers would have these sessions where they would allow anybody to come in to learn about their system. Because the modern day fast food system is what you see. That's the McDonald's brothers system. Yeah, giving you a bundle, a sandwich, soda, and a French fries in under 60 seconds. That's the fast food concept. Yeah. In one of their meetings were the two dudes that started Taco Bell, was the gentleman that started, and that I believe it was the gentleman that started Subway. It was one of the other, Burger King. I'm sorry, Burger King, the one that started Burger King. They came to the McDonald's brothers and learned their system, because they would teach them and would charge them very small amount of money. Right. Back at that time, just bro. You talk about us, and when we talk about giving away stuff, they were literally were giving it away, bro. So that was yesterday, and then I don't know if you've been watching the NBA.
Check it out, maybe. Yeah. So I'm wondering whether or not they have replays, Leroy. Whether or not I can find it somewhere.
Yeah. Well, check. They replay it on Sundays, like all day Sunday. They'll have a marathon, so you can catch that. And I think you can see it on. I think it's Amazon Prime. You might be able to pull up the History Channel. If you pull up the History Channel, because I know you have all of the channel. Well, pull up the History Channel, and you might be able to find it there. You might be able to find it on there too. So check out either one of those.
I will do that. Good morning, Brother Dwight. Good to see you, man. Grand Rising Kings. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what this is. And I'm glad that you approached it that way. It kind of lends itself to a conversation we're going to have today. Brother Keith Lewis, what's up, man? Newly married. Keith, type in the chat how married life is going, man. We won't tell Jay. Won't tell
Yes, sir.
Jay.
Congratulations, too.
Yeah, congratulations. Let us know how married life is going. The real deal about how married life is going. Don't get on here fluffing. I'm a prophet. And if you get on here fluffing, then I'm going to call it. Yay. Bruh, that's my guy. Good to see you, man. Congratulations again on being married. Wifey and I, Leroy, are coming up on 1 year married.
Yeah. Now, how's married life for you?
Married life is phenomenal. Let me tell you this though. It's work, right?
Absolutely.
It's intentionality, it's work. It's what my wife says. Oh, Dwight, you aspire to be married? Okay. Listen, we making it happen. We make it happen. So I got some, you know, my wife is a matchmaker. That's what she does. She loves to matchmake, right? My wife describes it best, Leroy. Keith, tell me whether or not you agree with this, man, because you know, we're in the honeymoon phases, right? Keith is in the honeymoon phase. My wife and I have been married just under a year, to be a year next month. And you know, my wife says, babe, our magic is in the fact that we recover well. And she's right. We recover well, right? So it's not that we don't have disagreements. We do. It's not that we don't have fights. Lala calls them fights, because we do. You know, we have disagreements and challenges and the like. But we recover really well. We don't let it sit for days and weeks, and we don't do that in the Morton household, right? And so it's really great to be married to Lala. And I looked at her yesterday. I'll tell you this, Leroy, before we get deep into it. Keith says married life is going great, no complaints at all. We are growing and figuring it all out together. That really is key, Keith. Like, we figuring it out together. You know, when Lala's acting up, right? Lala's acting up. I have to put up with it. I have to endure like a good soldier when she's acting up. Y'all know me. I don't act up. Y'all know me. I'm perfect. I'm perfect inside this marriage. Leroy, I'm perfect inside this marriage. She will tell you I get on her nerves as much as she get on my nerves, but that is my baby. There is nobody I would want to do life with other than Marla Michelle. That girl is a lot of fun. We laugh. And this is something that most people do not know, because, you know, Leroy, I clown her a lot, you know, on social media, especially if she has a blonde moment. When she has a blonde moment, bruh, yeah, it's the funniest thing in the world to me when she just, I said, babe, you didn't think that through. you just didn't think that through. But the girl, I could show you my whiteboard right now. We were in here this morning just kind of working. And she is one of the smartest people that I know. Just very, very intelligent, very, very smart. It's credentialed, but you know, everybody that's credentialed, everybody that's going to college, everybody that's got a degree, yeah, everybody ain't smart. Trust me when I tell you.
I say that all the time.
Yeah,
I said them letters behind your name don't always mean or in front of your name don't always mean nothing, bro.
Yeah,
you know
bro. Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to wifey. Okay. How did your basketball teams do this weekend or this weekend, Leroy? How did your basketball teams do? Do you have a
Well,
team in the
nah, I really don't. The NBA, I don't have a team, bro. Since Tim Duncan and them from the Spurs, since he left them, that was my team that I liked because I liked the organization, like the Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental. I haven't really had a team, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what, bro. I don't know how much you watch the NBA, but this dude named Anthony Edwards,
Anthony Edwards, Ant.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
absolutely
I think it's a
ridiculous.
little premature though. Like everybody's
Well,
got him the face of the NBA. I think that's a little premature. We got to talk
well,
about Ja
that that's
Morant.
that's marketing, bro. That's really
Yeah.
marketing, and I mean he can jump out the gym. Him and Jay Morant, they can jump
Yeah.
out the gym, absolutely jump out the rim. But I think he's better than Jay Morant because he has a better. To me, he has a better overall game.
Overall
He has a
game.
better. He has a better overall game than him. This dude dropped 40 this weekend
It reminds me of me
against.
when I was playing.
Yeah. I
You know what
thought
I'm
you said
saying? Listen,
that.
man, don't listen. It reminds me triple doubles, right? Yo, you're an ignorant cat, man. Why wouldn't you just why wouldn't you just go with me, man?
I ain't know you was a comedian, bro. You was a comedian, bro. You Cat Williams up in here this morning.
Triple doubles, points, assists, and I was on the boards. Like I'm playing down in the paint.
How you gonna be up in the Reman Crowman podcast? Now you better not ever say out your mouth you want somebody to be authentic and true.
I play.
Don't
I
they know out of those words, no out of those words ever
Oh,
again,
man.
bro.
See, it be your own people, y'all. It be your own people.
Absolutely. Hey, bro. What we say? We tell the truth in love, bro. We tell the truth in
Oh man. Don't ever want to
But I'm
lie
gonna
in
tell
front of
you,
Leroy. Because he gonna call you out. He's not gonna call you out directly. He's just gonna bust out laughing, and everybody will know that you lying.
but I'm gonna tell you who else, bro, that has impressed me, and you gotta watch him, and that's Jokic, the one they call the
Oh
Joker.
yeah.
This dude is so fundamentally sound, bro. He's a walking triple double,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
he is so fundamentally sound. I mean, he knows when to take it down low. He knows. I mean, got that crazy jumper.
Yeah,
This dude has, and I'm watching him, and I'm watching the game. I'm like, this dude is so much better than everybody else on the court. Now he gonna have a time with the Timberwolves because they're long, they're
yeah,
tall.
yeah,
So he's gonna have some players that are actually as tall as him, like the Anthony Davis type. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But I don't think over a 7 game series, I don't think the Timberwolves can hang with Denver or Jokic. Murray has to step up to me.
All they
If
got to do.
the point guard
Listen, every
if
NBA
he's
team, if you want to make it to the finals, holler at your boy. Holler at your boy. Give me an 8-day contract. I'll get you there.
he said an 8-day contract.
Give me an 8-day contract. I'll get you there. Michael Norton, good morning, bro.
Practice squad. He don't care. He don't care.
I'm not
Practice
talking about
squad.
practice.
Whatever.
My skill level deserves to be shown on the court, not on the practice squad. No, I'm not playing the practice
They'll
squad.
let him hold your shine back. I feel you, bro. Go shine on, bro. Go shine on.
Exactly. Yeah. Mike Norton said he's watching us from the office while doing paperwork. Thank you for hanging out with us, bro. We got a great topic today. I don't know whether it's a great topic. I know it's a necessary topic that we've got to talk about today. Dwight Robinson said all love. Nah, man, it ain't all love. Leroy came on here intentionally to clown. All he had to do was go with it. Like, you know what, bro? I heard about you. Like something like that, right? Like I heard about your skill in the paint, right? And he comes on here laughing like what I'm saying is not true. There's no love in that. There's no.
Get me caught up in your in your fantasy with your Al Bundy, your Al Bundy. I remember back in high school when I had the 4 touchdowns. That's all Al Bundy talking about. High school when he scored 4 touchdowns in one game.
Line. So listen, y'all. Again, good morning. Good morning to y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Leroy, it really is a privilege when brothers and ladies hang out with us on a Monday.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't take that for granted, and we get as many people on the replay. So thank y'all for watching on the replay. Do me a favor, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so that we can have you counted. You'll be aware of all of the content when it goes live, all of the things that we're doing here at Remand, and particularly at the Grown Man Podcast. It's exciting. So also, if you have not gotten your copy of the book, the Remand book, you see it scrolling at the bottom of your page, www.theremandbook.com. It's a book that you have to have in your library. If you are a Black man, or if you're married to a Black man, or if you have a son that is a Black man, it is a book that you must have in your library. You have to. And so get your copy of it, www.theremandbook.com. On the 8th, it is my 10th year anniversary from having overcome cancer. On the 8th, and the 8th only, we will have 10% discount, 10 years, 10% discount on the Remand book. So you want to make sure that you, Brother Dwight, must have, absolutely must have. So you want to get your copy of it. You've been waiting for a discount, been waiting for my anniversary and overcoming cancer or any other discount that you genuinely want. On the 8th, you'll be able to get that discount. Leroy, let's talk, man. You ready to work?
Yes, sir. Let's go to work.
As you know, as I've stated here, and as I've stated over these last couple of days, it's the journey to the celebration of overcoming cancer 10 years ago. I am grateful to God. Let's be clear about that, right? I'm grateful to God who saw me through it. I'm grateful for my family that saw me through it. I'm grateful for my friends that saw me through it. I'm grateful for social media. Sometimes social media can kind of come off real ratchet, but I've also seen times where people desperately need prayer, desperately need connection, desperately need those things. And I've watched people on social media lay aside challenges, lay aside beefs, lay aside all of that to be human, right? I've watched that happen over and over again. So I'm grateful to social media, family, friends, God. Yeah, I'm grateful. So Leroy, one of the things that's not often talked about is we talk about being kings, right? Dwight came on, Grand Rising Kings, right? Leroy, what do you think about you going to purchase a throne to be there in your house? Would you go purchase a throne so that when we see you in the mornings, the high back is there, and you are recognized as a king. Would you do that? Can you hear me, man?
No, I can't say that I would do something like that. I'm sorry,
What?
my my uh my
What?
ego ain't
What?
ain't that big.
Why would you? Why would
where
you?
where I have to feel as if I have to show that I am a king. I think that being a king is something that you talk about. That comes from inside. That comes from
Yeah.
internally knowing who I am.
Yeah.
I don't have to boast about it. I don't have to, you know, announce it because
Yeah.
if my actions speak to me being a king, then it'll be felt, it'll be known for me. So I would put it in that terms, man.
Leroy, if you would just pan your
Oh,
camera.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? If Leroy would just pan his camera, he would be able to show you that he's got a throne in the corner of his house. He's got a throne. He's got a throne, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. He popped off, probably having some technical difficulties. For those of you that don't know, Leroy has an Android phone. And having an Android phone doesn't allow you to be great on most days. Having an Android phone, he's back, I think. Having an Android phone don't allow you to be great. He has to go back out again. See, this is what happens. Let me tell you the reason why something that Leroy just said a moment ago becomes incredibly important. As men who continually, and I everybody has their own different perspective about, being recognized as kings, so on and so forth. You good, man?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
a
All
phone
right.
call came through.
Yeah. You can't have a phone call and don't even worry about it. It's
No,
okay.
it knocks for whatever reason. It knocks the
Well,
volume where
we know what the
I
forever
can't hear
reason.
you.
We know what the
Yeah.
for whatever reason is. Yeah, we all know. Yeah. Hey, coach, I really wish you could hop on here, man. I don't know what you're doing, but today's conversation is important. And it's important to have your voice. Let me know whether or not you can, and I'll send the link. Okay, cool. Leroy, excuse me. Let me see. There we go. All right, coach, send it, man. All right. So, Leroy, what I want to talk about today, though, man, is and we during our series, I think Black History Month, right? During Black History Month, we kind of addressed this area of health. And I don't know that at that time I really talked about my journey in overcoming cancer. But the reason why I want to talk about it today and over the because 10 years, look, 10 years as a Black man still being alive is a milestone. Right? Like cancer or not, the fact that we are alive as Black men, and particularly because all of the statistics say that Black men are sicker and die earlier than any other people on the planet, right? So the fact that we have lived from 44 to 54, from 45 in your case to 55 is significant. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go. is really significant. I wanted Coach to be on while I had this 2 to 3 minute kind of speech, and then I want Coach to kind of address it because this is his space, right? This is what he does. Let me see. I don't make sure I'm solid on here. Let's see if I can't find another. There we go. That's better.
Where'd Leroy go?
I'm here.
Refill that red cup.
He fell down. He fell down. He fell.
I mean, y'all all look pointing. That's hold on. You know what?
Coach is not going to be outdone. I'm trying.
Never.
Never. I'm saying y'all come on Blazers and
This guy, boy. Listen, so Coach, all of the statistics I was just telling Leroy, I intentionally called today's podcast "Live Like a King" because I think we, I don't know. I think we use the term loosely. I love what Dwight said, right? Dwight said that he said that's why he uses it that way. But I want to tell you that we are not, I want to twist it a bit, we are not necessarily living like kings. And when I talk about living like kings, I'm talking about what we put in our bodies. I'm talking about, drinking, smoking, all right. I'm talking about those things that don't necessarily put us in the best possible position to fulfill destiny, fulfill purpose, fulfill assignment. One of the things that I recognize, Coach, and I'm gonna pass it to you, and then we'll all just kind of dialogue for the next 25 minutes or so. That there are some external things, right, that kind of risk us having cancer, right? Environmental things that we can't control. We can develop policy and all those kinds of things, but we can't control what's in the air. Can't control that. But Coach, I can control what I put in my body. I don't drink a lot. Y'all might, I don't care whether people clown me or not. Like the hardest drink I'm going to drink, Leroy, is a strawberry daiquiri. That's all I'm going to drink. I'm not going to drink.
Why would you even say that out loud? You should just said a Shirley Temple.
Dude, do you not know who you on this podcast with?
You could at least say champagne or something.
I drink champagne, but right. I just don't like the taste of alcohol. It for me is really an acquired taste. I just do not. I don't like the taste of beer. I just don't like the taste, right? So Coach, I'd like to talk about not just the fact that cancer, right, that Black men are sicker and are dying earlier, which is what the data says. But I'd like to, and we can't control the external factors, right? But I'd like you to talk about what we can control, our diets, right? The fact that we are anesthetizing what we feel and the mental strains that we have by drinking and smoking and blunts, and what most guys don't recognize is that overly consuming alcohol, overly smoking weed. Coach says research shows that having good muscle mass may improve your cancer prognosis while helping you withstand some side effects of cancer treatment. Yeah, your muscles may play a bigger role than than you think when it comes to overcoming a cancer diagnosis or dealing with the side effects of cancer treatment. Without question. Without question. I've seen similar research. I perhaps have not to the extent that Coach has, but I've seen similar research. It makes sense, right? That when I take care of my body, whatever attacks my body, me being able to withstand whatever I've got to withstand to be able to recover, I have a greater likelihood of doing that when I take care of my body on the front end, right? If I don't take care of my body on the front end and then I'm hit with cancer or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The being able to withstand the treatment, right, of evicting that from your body can be incredibly difficult. So, Coach, and Leroy, I want you to talk about food deserts, right? Because that's something that perhaps we can begin to address. But Coach, I want us to talk about, as men, everything that we see that seemingly popular is wrong for us, right? So we got cigar lounges, smoke everywhere, right? We got cognac, we got all this stuff that we're consuming in order to look cool, but we don't really take into account how it impacts the body and whether it impacts us having a greater likelihood of having cancer and things of that nature. Can we talk about that, Coach? Talk about health and wellness from that perspective, please.
Sure. So just open up. Congrats on making 10 years.
Thank you, man.
That's phenomenal.
Thank you.
Number two, science is what I try to base everything I do on, right? There are one-offs in every situation, right? But when I'm speaking right now, we're going to talk generally speaking. Okay?
Yes.
Generally speaking, we know that eating too much red meat can cause cancer.
Okay.
Right. We know that, broadly speaking, drinking a lot of alcohol can lead to cirrhosis of your liver.
Yes.
Generally speaking, we know that smoking anything can cause lung cancer. Generally speaking, we know that smoking blunts may not cause lung cancer, but it does reduce your available oxygen in your bloodstream because you're filling it up with everything else. So generally speaking, we know that all that crap is bad for you. What we have to look at more carefully, though, is how our societal things impact those that are impacted by those behaviors. Okay. So let's look at the most popular drug of choice in America is alcohol. Right.
Yes.
Outside of the fact that alcohol messes with your brain function, outside of the fact that we know that alcohol can cause cirrhosis of your liver, which is obviously really bad. It can impair judgment, which to me is the most important, because a lot of folks, when they're drinking, they're eating. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're drinking when you're eating and your mental function is declined because you're consuming alcohol, the odds are high that you're going to eat more while you're drinking. Okay.
Got it.
And your body treats alcohol like poison. So the first thing it wants to do is expel the alcohol, thereby causing the food that you've consumed while you're drinking to sit, because it's going to be secondary to the alcohol.
Okay.
So as that food sits in your body, it's not going to get absorbed through your intestines and absorb the nutrients out of it, because that's not the first thing the body wants to get rid of. It wants to get rid of the poison, the alcohol. So as it sits there and hardens, it becomes just literally shit.
Yeah.
And when you take a poop after you drink alcohol,
Yeah.
it's always black. Why? Because your body it's not absorbed anything. It's literally just moldy shit that's passing on through.
Wow.
Your body has not absorbed the nutrients from the food. It just sat in your stomach, which, as we know, is hydrochloric acid. It just sat in your stomach, festering until it passes through. Now, that's important, especially for Black folks, because we have the highest instances of colon cancer, right? And
Yes.
studies show that red meat is a direct impact of colon cancer,
Got
right?
it.
So the more red meat you consume, the more your likelihood is of having colon cancer. Okay, so get screened minimally.
Wow.
Now, let's tie it all together.
Let's not rush past that.
Sure.
Get
Yeah,
screened, brother.
wow.
Get
That's
screened.
huge, Coach.
And I don't eat a lot of red meat.
Me either.
But I've never I do eat red meat. That's
Right.
I
And I'm not saying it's bad, right? I'm a bodybuilder, so I
yeah.
eat red meat, right? I eat ground bison. I don't eat steak because I don't like the way it feels on my tongue, but I eat ground beef, I eat ground bison. But
Yeah.
it is for a very limited amount of time
Yeah.
and in X amount of portions. Otherwise, I'm strictly fish, chicken, and ground turkey, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So in that red meat includes pork, includes beef, goat, all that stuff is all red meat. And if you're drinking when you're
Did
eating
you just say pork?
yeah, bro, it counts as red
Yep.
meat. It ain't a bird.
I did not know that.
It ain't a bird.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's not a bird.
Yeah.
It ain't a fish.
It's a deer, bro. It's a deer, bro.
It's red meat.
It's a deer, but y'all remember Kevin Hart, my wife and I
Uh-huh.
looked at that the other night. It's
Uh-huh.
a deer, bro. Okay, Coach. So because we're gonna run out of time and Leroy has to roll, right?
Sure.
But as men,
Mm-hmm.
right? How do we better strategize? And then I'm
Mhm.
coming to you, Leroy. How do we better strategize to make sure that we are not just consuming food,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're not just consuming food. We ought to be consuming food with a goal in mind. Like
Sure.
like I try to eat is
Mhm.
that in a way that keeps in mind I got to fulfill an assignment. I can't be
That's right.
sluggish. I can't be
Bingo.
right. I got to be able to travel. I got to be able to
Mhm.
speak. I got to be able to do these different things. So it's not you trying to be a killjoy,
Right.
right? It's not trying to be a killjoy. It's us attempting to live long enough to fulfill an assignment. And Dr. Michael Moore years ago preached a sermon in response to people saying, "The Lord gives, the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Right? He
Mhm.
said, "No, chidlings give,
Yep.
and chidlings take away."
Facts.
Right. So
Right.
can we talk? Can you just give me maybe 5 more minutes, and then I want to turn it to Leroy so he can ask questions of you or give his
Sure.
own commentary. Brothers, we're not trying to kill your fun, but the data says y'all dying, like we dying, and a lot of it doesn't have to do with the environmental stuff out here. It has to do with the choices that we are
Mhm.
making. Coach, how do we balance the two? How do we make sure we can live an enjoyable life, that we don't, kill the joy out of life, but at the same time be responsible with what
Easy.
we eat and what we put in our bodies?
Step one, admit that you don't know. Step one, right? Step two, either hire a trainer or read, right? Because if you don't know your numbers in business, you don't have a business, right?
Yes, right.
If you don't know your numbers in your health, then
That's
you
right.
don't have health, right?
That's right.
So the best benchmark that I can give is you can eat and drink what you want, because calories are calories. The type of calories that you get matter more than just having calories. So are you having the correct amount of protein for your diet, which in my opinion should be 1 gram of protein for every pound that you weigh. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should have 200 grams of protein. That's my opinion. Okay. To maintain homeostasis, in my opinion. Now, some data shows 0.8 grams of protein.
I ain't no homeostasis. I'm a Baptist. See, I need us to talk to because they don't know what the hell you just said.
To maintain your body weight, you should have 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You should have 1/3 of that amount in fats, right? So, right. And then your carbs, your carbohydrates should be equal to and not greater than the amount of protein that you have.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
That's the easy formula. But Walter, I don't know. I don't have a food scale. Great. Here's the rule. You can use the rule of your hand. Okay.
Okay.
Your protein on your plate, your meat, fish, shrimp, chicken, whatever you're eating that used to live and swim, crawl, or fly,
Yes.
be the size of the palm of your hand in circular width and in density width. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So that's unique to every individual. But that's what
Yes.
it should be.
Yes.
Number 2, your fats, the other part, should be the size of the top of your thumb from the joint up. From the joint up. Your
Okay.
carbs, if it's bread or rice, should be half the size of your hand.
Okay.
And your green vegetables should be 2 handfuls. Like you grab the big booty, 2 handfuls. Let's see, you got it right.
I'm on the Grown Man Podcast. We talking about grabbing big booties.
But that's the easiest way, and that is a simple way to know that your plate is right. Right?
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have a food scale, it's an easy way to know that you're eating the right amount of food. And if you do that 3 meals a day, just like that,
Wow.
eventually your body will catch up to the food that you're eating.
Because being a king requires discipline, brothers. Listen to me, man. Like you can't be a king out here sloppy, eating whatever you want to eat, clothes, all it matters. Like it matters.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to kill your fun. I'm just trying to tell you, man, as a guy who had cancer at 44. 44. Like that. In many regards, that's an older man's disease.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it at 44 years old. Right. So I'm trying to get us to do better with regard to the things that we can control. What you put in your body, you control. Nobody's holding you down, making you eat McDonald's. You
That's
control that, right? Working out, you control that. Get your big tail off the couch and work out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'll never forget, Leroy, I'm coming to you right now, man. I'll never forget, Coach said to me, "Hey, Dom, you see them women?" I don't know whether we were looking at, I don't know what we were looking at, or whether or not whether it was somebody to look at. He just said, every brother thinks that woman is healthy. That woman ain't healthy. She's obese. And I had to sit and think, like, that's true. Like, when I lost all that weight, 40 pounds, everybody said, "Hey, doc, don't lose no more weight." But nobody said anything other than my mom. My mom did say, "Baby, you getting a little fat around the neck." My mom was a little ignorant, right? See, baby,
She was telling the truth. The truth. Listen, and Russ, let's pause right there. People, let's stop lying to ourselves. There's no such thing as pleasantly plump. No, you fat. You ain't thick, sir. You fat. And I am an advocate of telling brothers the truth in a harsh way. Because men need that sting. Like, nah, bro, you fat.
Absolutely.
You can get mad if you want. I don't care.
Absolutely.
You fat.
Absolutely.
If you can't see your ding-a-ling when you look down,
if you can't see your ding-a-ling, and if your breasts, my guy, are bigger than your wife's, you have a problem.
And the thing is, like, right, so all the research they're doing talking about BMI and all the shit, I think BMI is okay, but I don't think it's the end all be all. What we do know, however, is that the size around your belly button, men and women, the size around your belly button is directly proportional to how long you're going to live.
Whoa!
Right? Directly proportional. So the bigger your waistline is, in reference to your skeletal structure, is going to tell you if you're going to live it till 69, you're going to live till 85. Wow. And what's crazy is you can literally start at any time, right? It ain't something you got to, I used to be young and in shape. Nah, bro. I don't care what you do. I got a lady start today. Today, she's 71 years old. She started today, her first day. You know what? And we were talking, and I shared with her a lady named Miss Ernestine Shepherd. If you don't know who she is the world's oldest active bodybuilder. She's 87 years old. And if you took a picture from neck down, she's from Baltimore. From neck down, she was 35. right?
Wow.
You'd be confused. You would hear her voice and just see her body. You'd be like, it don't make sense. The math ain't mathing. And she started training at 60 or 57 or something like that. So there are absolutely positively no excuses for not taking care of your body.
Yeah,
you control what goes in your mouth, and you control how much you move.
For sure.
And so, bros, I'm telling you, if you are unable to do one pull-up, if you're unable to do 25 push-ups, if you're unable to sprint for 150 yards, you're out of shape.
Period. Hey, Leroy, I want to give you time, man. You got about 10 minutes, bro. I'm gonna turn the rest of the show over to you, man. It's yours. Go ahead.
Nah, brothers, y'all gotta understand. Coach just gave y'all a master class.
Absolutely.
Quick, those are things that I hadn't heard before about the palm of your hand and half your hand. Yeah, these are things that you're not going to get every day, fellas. We've got to take better care of our bodies. If we want to call ourselves kings, then we must act like kings. That means having a healthy eating lifestyle. This thing ain't a hit and miss. It's a lifestyle. Coach, you and Coach Marcy, y'all are phenomenal at this, man, because y'all put this, y'all don't understand what they do and how they can tell you, what to eat, when to eat, how to eat. Yeah, they put all of that together for you, but they're not the ones that have to work out. They're not the ones that have to what Coach just said, what you put in your mouth and how much you move. Those two distinct things. How much are you moving? What are you eating? And like we've been saying, it's not about not denying yourself all the time and saying, no, it's about having a healthy eating lifestyle. That is a part of what you do. Your everyday routine it has to be about eating health, being healthy. What we do, it's a discipline. Mm-hmm. When I first started walking, back walking and everything like that, it came from Coach Marcy doing a 30. She wanted folks to walk for 30 minutes. She said, I want you to just walk for 30 minutes. I knew I'd already walked for an hour. I was walking for an hour before. I was like, you know what? Let me start doing that. Started doing that back again, Coach, and just walking and doing the exercises that I do got me down to my weight now, which my ideal weight was like 141. I'm only 5'3". So I was like, if I get there, I was like, that's a good weight. I've always really ate healthy because I've never really liked to eat, I never really ate pork because I grew up 70 Adventist. So I didn't grow up, it wasn't a big thing not to eat pork. But ever since college, I had cut out eating beef. And I would have it every now and again. I didn't realize that it was that bad for you. The reason that I stopped was because they said it takes like 6 months for it to digest in your system.
About 30 days, not 6 months, about 30 days.
Is it 30 days? Yeah. So that was why I was just like, I need to not eat beef. Because I'm like you, turkey, fish, shrimp. That's those are the meats that I eat. I may have beef every now and again, but it's nothing, I tell you, I may have it once a month, if even that. Pork even left. I might have some pepperoni. Coach, close your ears. I might have some pepperoni on a pizza, but I don't even eat pizza that, I don't eat it a whole lot, but I treat myself, because I like a pizza and everything like that. But it's about eating healthy. We got to take it. We only get one of these bodies, y'all. You only get one. Yeah, you only get one chance to take care of it.
Yeah, Amazon a new one. Uh-huh.
Let me ask, before you go further, Leroy, I want to ask Coach something that his professional expertise about something. Coach, there is some ongoing conversations about developing eating and nutritional kind of structures according to blood types, right? That people take your blood, and then can you kind of talk about where is that technology, is that science or nah?
I'm trained in it, right? I took the certification. One is dumb expensive. One.
Okay.
And two, to be quite honest, I don't know that. Hey, Tanya, I don't know that having that individualized of a plan for someone is necessary to lead a vibrant life. Unless you have a lot of different food allergies, I don't know that that type of thing is needed, because when they do that, they also test allergens and see if your body is inflamed from different types of stuff. Unless you have a shit ton of stuff that you can't eat ordinarily, I don't know that it's of value, because those things cost a few $100s to get that type of test done. It's not something that's typically covered by healthcare. So
should it be? Is that something we should fight for or not?
Because it's too individualized, right? You can't serve the masses with that individualized of a plan. Now, if you have means and you can do it, then sure, go for it. The odds are high you're going to be eating that way already anyway. Kind of like most people have a physical aversion or an allergy to drinking milk. So whenever you see stuff and you smell certain things, you'll know, oh, I can't eat this. Doesn't feel right. It's not that it's bad. It just use. We have, our bodies do have some kind of natural thing, natural defense against some shit. But I don't think that type of individualized plan is of value, because it's too different for different people.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Got it. Makes perfect sense. Yeah. So Coach, it looks like you got people coming in, man. Let me give you 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna give Leroy 30 seconds, and we out of here.
So eat good, be good, because you cannot train
a bad diet.
That's all I got.
You can't. I love that. You can't.
Leroy,
You
30 seconds,
cannot.
man. Up to you.
Nah, man, it's just about having a healthy eating lifestyle, y'all. Healthy eating is a lifestyle. And in order for you to be the king that you're supposed to be and that you should be and be here as long as you're supposed to be, you have to have a healthy eating lifestyle. Take a look at the food that you eat. Take a look at the exercise that you're doing. And if you're not, you need to incorporate that into your daily life. Get with Coach. He can put you on a plan, give you the right foods to be able to eat, to be able to lose weight, or even maintain the weight that you want to maintain, whichever you want to be able to do, position that you're in. But it's all about having a healthy eating lifestyle and mindset.
And let me say this, man. Thank you, Dr. McKenzie Jr., man. Pay Coach. Pay.
Absolutely.
You brothers, you invest in what you want. You invest in what you want to. It costs money to go get those cigars. It costs money to buy the drink. all the stuff that you're investing in is killing you. So why not invest in a long life? I'm just asking this one question. Don't your kids deserve it? Don't your kids deserve for you to live? Don't your wife deserve? Like I had a health challenge, maybe, I don't know, Coach, maybe 6 months ago, something like that, right? And
I remember.
And my wife was in her office here at the house in tears. I'm like, babe, I'm good. I'm good. I promise you, I'm good. But what it said to me is, yes, I want to live because I got an assignment, but I got a wife, I got kids, man, I got grandchildren.
Yep.
So you got to ask, brothers, as you're taking out the dollar to pay whatever you're paying for, I want to ask you whether or not that dollar is going for your demise or whether it's going for your advancement. And I'm going to ask you to stop investing in your demise as much and start investing in your health and wellness, your advancement. Your wife deserves it. Your kids deserve it. Our culture deserves it because we need it, right? So you'll see me come back on a little later today. I'll be talking. This is my journey. 10 years. Kick cancer in the nuts.
That's it.
Yeah, pun intended.
That's it.
I kick cancer in the nuts, pun intended. And we want you guys to live. Want you guys to be strong. Yeah, Keith, stop investing in your demise without question. We love and respect y'all. We'll see you guys on a little later today. Enjoy your day.
Hey, Remand Day coming up.
Say it again.
Hey, Remand Day coming up.
Remand Day is coming up on June the 1st. It's going to be
an
incredible day. Phenomenal day.
Make sure you got your shorts and tank top.
Yeah, yes. We going to do some workout. Coach is going to work us out. Get some baggy shorts, some baggy ones. Get some baggy shorts.
All right, fellas, I gotta go.
All right,
talk to y'all later.
Later.
Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton. Dr. Donald Morton is an award-winning social entrepreneur known for his innovative social solutions.
Based on this fatherhood and manhood issue in droves, in incredibly large numbers. And I felt it necessary for someone to have a voice like yourself to do the work of restoring men in our society. And I've been doing that work ever since.
His latest solution is expressed as the CEO of Remand.
So Remand, the nonprofit, is about helping brothers that are coming out of prison, brothers that are dealing with child support, brothers that are the most marginalized of our communities, helping them with their character and the institutions that impact them. And then the LLC, our for-profit arm, is really attempting to address the CEOs and CFOs and entrepreneurs and people like that say, look, I got issues too as a black man. My issues are a bit different because I'm in the C-suite. And how it plays out in the C-suite is very different than how it plays out on the block and those brothers that are coming out of re-entry. But here's a deal. All of us the same, for real.
Dr. Morton is the former executive director of the Complexities of Color Coalition. As executive director of the coalition, he worked to congregate Wilmington, Delaware's African American community in order to create comprehensive strategy to influence institutions, policies, and laws. Dr. Morton has over 25 years of experience in African American community leadership. Remand is deeply personal. While he's glad that thousands of men are on this journey with him, it was started because he needed liberation. He was broken and bound, and he was fighting to put his life back together after divorce, infidelity, business challenges, bankruptcy, and a life destroyed by being the worst liar ever. Yes, Dr. Morton was a liar until he faced himself and proved his signature science, the character arc. Then and only then was he ready to lead men to learn and live the science of being Remand.